What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers beat the Portland Trailblazers 114-106, man. Round of applause for our Lakers, man. That was a lot of freaking fun. If you guys were with us on playback, you know what I'm talking about. That was a lot of fun, man. Shout out to Diehard KJ and all my guests over there on playback. Make sure you guys tap in and follow if you already haven't. But phenomenal win. Very proud of this Laker game. It was maximum effort, pun intended. Max Christie, career high, man. What can we say about Max Christie? 28 points. Okay, 28 points. Very efficiently. Again, Max Christie, man. 9 for 16. 9 for 16, 5 for 9 from beyond the arc for 28 points. He went with 3 rebounds, some pretty solid defense. He had a block. He had 2 steals. He's really becoming a complete player. He's solidifying that starting role. I don't really want to bench him for anybody, if I'm being honest. Like, he's really taking his game to the next level. So, very proud of Max Christie, man. What can I say about LeBron? What can I say about LeBron James? I mean, 40 years old. The man almost had 40 at 40, okay? LeBron James finishes with 38 on 50 for 25 from the field, 7 for 10 from beyond the arc with 8 assists on top of that and only 4 turnovers, so I like that. Anytime we keep it under 5, I'm happy. The refs were horrible. He said, good win for this team. Max balling out. This entire team is getting better and better, guys, and we're going to get better. The new guys statistically don't have amazing games yet, but I love their energy out there. I thought my guy Shake Milton came in, gave us a very quiet, solid game with 4 points, a couple of rebounds. No turnovers, very under control. Christian Koloko, I love his energy, by the way. 8 points for Christian Koloko, 4 for 8 from the field. He also had 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Very solid minutes for Christian Koloko today. Finney Smith had 3, but he was the leader in plus minus, plus 11 when we were out there. And again, I don't really like looking at that stat, but he had 3 points. He had a steal. He had 2 assists. He had 4 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of everything in 24 minutes. He did go 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from beyond the arc, but he will eventually settle down. So I'm not too worried about Dorian Finney-Smith. I like what he brings to the table, period. Rui continues to struggle. I'm a little worried for him, though. Only 6 points and, 2 turnovers on top of that. 2 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. But, again, Max Christie was the player of the game for me with LeBron. Austin Reaves continues to be sensational, man. Austin Reaves was second place in plus minus. I know a lot of people have been critical of his defense, but I think we got to start paying attention to what he does bring us, okay? He make the whole team gel. He got us to 114 points without Anthony Davis. So both him and LeBron, both elite playmakers. He had 11 assists again tonight with 2 steals. So there you go for all the people that be hating on his defense or lack of. He also took a charge. He had 3 turnovers. I like that compared to his 11 assists. And he had 15 points to go with that very efficiently. Just a well-rounded player. I love what Austin Reaves has become, man. He's kind of like a mix between Pistol Pete, Steve Nash, and Jerry West, right? The scoring prowess of a Jerry West, the passing ability of a Steve Nash, and the ball handle of a Pistol Pete, and you get yourself Austin Reaves. So, again, this team will only continue to get better. We beat the team we had to tonight, which was Portland. I didn't like the fact that we sat out AD, but maybe it'll pay off tomorrow, as tomorrow we face the Atlanta Hawks. But have you guys noticed and realized that this team is so fun to watch, guys, without D'Angelo Russell, without a ball stopper, without somebody who you have to force feed and slow the game down for and all that? Like, how do you guys feel? I want to ask you guys this. How do you guys feel about this modern day Lakers, these modern Lakers right now with the new teams? I feel like the energy is higher. I feel like guys are scrambling. We're scrappy. We're not being bullied. I know we went up against a weak team, but you never know. I mean, this team was starting to get a little bit of confidence, and any team can beat you on any given night. So the fact that this Laker team is starting to come along nicely. I know we lost the last game, but hopefully this one will be better, man. Hopefully the next one. Remember, we lost to the Hawks the last time we faced them in Atlanta to a buzzer beater by Trae Young. So we owe them a nice little ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the latest rumor. If you guys haven't heard, Jimmy Butler has requested a trade verbally. So this trade deadline was already going to be heated up. It's going to be more heated up. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit and a lot more. If you guys want me to open up the phone lines, let's get 300 likes on here, or let's hit my target goal. Either one will open up the phone lines. All right. He said, I love this new Lakers. Bro, I love them too. I like the energy so much better. The thing is, People, the casuals will hate and say, oh, well, D'Lo had this amount of points or stats. He's the better player. It's not about who's the better player. It's about who's the better fit. And for what this team needed, clearly we don't need more scoring. We got to 114, no AD, no problem. Clearly we don't need too many playmakers. Austin Reaves and LeBron are doing a phenomenal job, which I had predicted years ago they would together. It reminds me of the Caruso LeBron chemistry, but better because Austin has infinite more potential offensively. And so, again, tonight he was making it look second nature to him. But if Max Christie can continue to develop, man, the way he had 28 points, the shot is looking confident. His defense continues to be there. The way this man continues to develop, I don't even know if we're going to need anybody like a Jimmy Butler. Like I'll be honest. I said, yes, I would do it. If we had to include Max Christie to get Jimmy, I'd do it because I want a championship. However, Max Christie continues to play like this. What can we say? What will we need, fam? What will we need, right? Super. Thank you so much, T Money. He said, DTLF, this is the difference in coaching, Dan. Max didn't play at all for Darvin's scam. You know what, T Money? Everybody with a brain last season was frustrated with Darvin because he was playing fill-ins over facts. He came in here playing as the little fiddle, talking about facts over fill-ins. And look, we all knew Max Christie had tons of potential. We know. And yes, I know the naysayers will say, well, it was versus Portland, Dan. Don't put too much stock in it. Ever since Max has hit the starting lineup, the entire chemistry of this team has it has changed. We've turned into more of a defensive team. I haven't even looked at the stats, but I guarantee you we're 10 times a defensive team now than when the season started when we had D'Lo and Austin Reaves. So to me, this very well could be the backcourt of the future. The only thing that puts that in question is that I really like Dalton, and he hasn't really been consistent off the bench, so he might need to be a starter. But the way Rui's been inconsistent, we could afford to bench him if we need to. But I prefer Dorian Finney-Smith start over Rui than Dalton at this point. But yeah, Rui again tonight, only 6 points, some very subpar defense, and only 4 rebounds. For 23 minutes, he should have had more than 4 rebounds. How is it that our guard, Austin Reaves, is averaging more rebounds than a big power forward like Rui? Plus, on top of that, I'm disappointed in his game tonight because what happened was that AD didn't even play. It was a perfect game for him to be aggressive and assert himself on the offensive and defensive end, and he didn't do that. Meanwhile, Austin Reaves is over here with 8 rebounds, doubling up Rui's. Come on now. Now, to be fair, Austin did have 36 minutes, but that's because he earned each and every single minute, man. But again, this team still has a lot of room for growth. I would still love to see a big man. We do give up a lot of offensive rebounds. Tonight, that wasn't the case. Again, Koloko gave us some great minutes. Heck, we got our first look at Jackson Hayes tonight. He only played 18 minutes. He had 4 points, some good energy. Rim running, which is what he does. 6 rebounds. He had a block. He had a steal. Very, very decent game for him. But, Dalton, I'm concerned about his confidence. He had 6 points. He's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. And some of these are wide open. But again, I want to go back to Austin Reaves because I don't think we speak on this enough. Right? Austin Reaves is also part of the reason why LeBron is able to play freely. They just unlock each other so well on the court together. And they're playing tremendous chemistry, that giving goes, the moving without the basketball, the diming each other out. Like, it's beautiful to watch right now. And credit to JJ Redick, because JJ Redick is allowing these guys to play free right now and just to be spectacular and do the things that we know that they can do. And he's unlocking a lot of these players and giving them equal opportunity, which is why Max Christie is allowed to have a career high here in year 3, right? But last year we saw glimpses of this potential and we knew what he's capable of. But I'm excited that all of our young players, Austin Reaves, Max Christie, are developing. I'm a little disappointed that Rui hasn't really developed further. Like, he's hit or miss for me every night, but I still am hopeful for him. And I hope that he will continue to improve, right? Max Christie should go bald or get a fro. I like Max Christie's hair. It's different. He's doing him, La Mamba. So, I ain't really too concerned. He plays like this. I don't care if he had a mohawk. Just let the man hoop and he'll continue to hoop. So I'm happy with that. But maybe a clean taper will look clean on him, to go with a little curly hair. Will look clean. Shake is legit. He may make Gabe expendable. Yes, I said this during our playback stream. I said, you know what? The way Shake Milton plays so under control, Gabe Vincent might be expendable, and he's got better size than Gabe as well. But what I like about Shake is he came in here and he's probing right away. He's not forcing anything. He's baiting the defense and he's trying to see where he can get his, at the same time, play make. So I like that about him. He's very unselfish, and that's what we need from a backup guard. We need him to be unselfish and kind of make everybody around him better, right? Let's see here. LeBron ball so hard, his ankle hurt. I think LeBron might miss tomorrow, and that's why they benched AD tonight. I think the Lakers feel like they're good enough and they have enough depth where they can, alternate these things. For example, AD rests today and LeBron rests tomorrow. I think that's going to happen. I'd be shocked and I'd be a little disappointed if AD rests, but LeBron plays both games. He's 40, right? So even though I want LeBron to play every game, got to be realistic. I think he might rest tomorrow. He played so hard tonight. He left it all out. There might be some load managing going on there tomorrow. Steve Money, thank you so much for Super Chat, brother. He said, DTLF, Rui and Vando and Gabe for Zach LaVine. He will bring it every night, at least. Rui, Vando, and Gabe. I'll be honest with you, T Money. We don't need more scoring, man. I'm not mad if we get it, but we don't. Do we need it? No. We do not need more scoring. And so I'm not opposed to trading for a Fox or trading for a Zach LaVine, but I'm less in favor for it. Matter of fact, we're about to talk about the rumor that just happened today. Let me see if I can pull it up. But we got some breaking news here, and that is Shams reporting that Jimmy Butler formally indicates to the Heat that he wants to play anywhere but Miami. He wants a trade, y'all. And that lifted a very interesting conversation over on Playback that I'm about to bring here. If Jimmy Butler can be attainable, I know we don't need him. We need a big man. But if you can attain Jimmy Butler for a package of, say, Rui, a pick and a half or something, and a young piece, God forbid we give up Max because I love him. But what is the deal breaker in a Rui trade to the Lakers potentially? He's willing to go anywhere but Miami, literally. Not to mention, we just put up a statue for Pat Riley. Listen, I love the young talent. I love Max Christie, love a lot of these youngsters. But if that's what's required to get Jimmy Butler, I'd probably do it, man. Jimmy Butler with Austin Reaves. If we can keep Max Christie, keep Max Christie. But I trade Rui in a heartbeat and picks and whatever else it takes. Heck, I'd even consider throwing in Dalton, even though I don't want to. But how y'all feel about this, man? I want to know. Team Money, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Let's see. You see the push in the back? The refs are blind. The refs were egregious tonight for sure. The refs were disgusting. They made me sick. But we win in spite of the refs. That's always been the Laker way. My guy said, nope, give me Kessler. Now, Kessler is preferred, but let's just say that Jimmy becomes more available. You guys passing? Are you guys adding Max Christie and Rui for Jimmy and a pick, or y'all not doing that? I want to know, because most Laker fans were saying no, but this is a city of champs. If there's a piece that can put us over the top, it might just be Jimmy. But I still feel like we need that big man, of course. I'm not saying no to that. If we have a choice between Jimmy Butler and Kessler, I'm taking Kessler just for fit purposes, and we'll pay less. Right? But how are we feeling? Let's see. He said, I'm scared of forcing a big three unless it's a perfect fit. Okay, fair enough. Pass on Jimmy. He's too old. Pat is definitely asking for Austin. We're not trading Austin for no Jimmy. Austin's been balling, y'all. Trade Reaves. Keep Max Christie. No. Do you see the playmaking and what he can do, Kay? At this point, it's just blind hatred, man. If you're not appreciating what Austin can do, at this point, I got to say it's blind hatred. There's no way. Pat's on Jimmy. Okay, fair enough. I'm good on an aging star. Not doing it then. Let's see. I'm just not feeling it. Okay, fair enough. Now, I'm not mad if we don't trade for Jimmy because I like the youth direction we're taking. We got a bunch of 30 and under guys, with the exception of LeBron, of course. But I like the interchangeable wings. I like how Max Christie's coming along. But it is a conversation we're going to have because we might be thrown in the rumors at some point. And I'm curious what will be too much in your guys' mind for Jimmy Butler. Because ideally for me, I would do Rui, and right away Jimmy would slide into that three alongside with Max and Austin. That would be disgusting. With LeBron and AD, that's nasty. And then if we can turn around and trade for a big man after that, even better. But I don't know about hard pass. Y'all tripping. Those of y'all saying hard pass on Jimmy? Nah. And those of you saying he's too old, he shows up every playoffs. Until he shows me otherwise, he said, I'd only trade for Butler with the beard and mustache. Jimmy too old. Age is a factor. No Butler. Trade, it will mess up the team chemistry. Max is homemade for the Lakers. We drafted Max. I like to keep Max. I would love to keep Max. Okay, so I guess nobody wants Jimmy but me. Listen, that's what makes me me, man. I think differently. I'm not turning down Jimmy unless it's something unreasonable that they're asking for. But if they want Rui and a first round pick or two, I'm doing it. We're in win now mode. Any combination of Dorian Finney-Smith on the court with Vando and Jimmy is going to be putting everybody in hell. Of course, we still need the big man, but yeah, I'm thinking yes for me. LeBron don't want to play with Jimmy? I doubt it. Pass on Jimmy? Nah, man. Nah, Jimmy doesn't put us over the top. Not willing to give up young core for Jimmy. Well, you don't have to give up the young core. You might give up one young piece mega pass. Is ridiculous. Whoa. People must have forgot about Dre. That's crazy. Jimmy won't win it for us, I don't think. Jimmy Butler, to me, especially come playoff time, is a two-way megastar. Some people even had the conversation that he's a superstar. We do have to remember LeBron's getting older, and we don't want him to run out of gas. So the more resources we can give LeBron, I say go for it. Although scoring isn't a problem for us. The reason I like Jimmy, great rebounder, tough player. He will change the entire dimension of this Laker team. Tough player. He can also fill it up from time to time. But just what he's done in the playoffs, his body of work. $48 million. So we're thinking for Jimmy Butler, let's see, what does Vando make? What does Vando make, right? About 17 mil? What is it, 17 mil, 16 mil? What is what's his name? Gabe Vincent make? He makes about 11. So you got about 28 right there. Then we'd probably have to slot in a couple extra contracts. But you're right. If it takes too much, we're not doing it for sure. You know what I would hate to see? I would hate to see Jimmy Butler go to a team where he tries to put him over the top, right? That's what I don't want to see. In that case, I'd rather Miami keep him injury prone, which means the asking price might be a little lower, don't you think? Rui and Christie for Kessler rather than Jimmy. Now, I'm not trading Christie for Kessler. All right, if we're doing a Walker Kessler, I'd rather do Rui. No, you can't even do Rui because the contracts wouldn't match unless they throw in somebody else. But I'd rather do if we're talking about Kessler, Jalen Hood-Schifino and a first-round pick plus lifting protection off our pick should get it done. If we're talking that. But I just had to bring it to you guys because I find it interesting that all of a sudden Jimmy wants out. And there's going to be some suitor, and I hope it's not who I think it is. I hope he don't go to Golden State, or I hope he don't go somewhere where it makes them a contender. That's the only reason. But you know what? The Lakers will never operate from a position of trying to prevent somebody else. They won't operate for that. Jimmy puts us over both teams in the West. I agree with that. However, we also have to look. There's going to be different facets to this potentially. For one, if we try to acquire Jimmy Butler, obviously we have to make the contracts match because we don't want to go over that second apron. That'll hard cap us and put us in trouble. We lose draft picks, all kinds of stuff with the new CBA. So, De'Aaron Fox, I'm in favor for still. Listen, I don't know what the asking price would be, but I would like to see. I don't want to give up too much from this team, though, if I'm being quite frank, simply because if you give up too much, what we're building here kind of becomes moot. Sounds like you're getting a brand new team midway through the season. It's hard. Right? Why would they want Rui? Rui, because he has tremendous potential still. Even though we sometimes see him as a throwaway, he's not a throwaway. He's on a very affordable contract. The CBA will continue to go up. Rui Hachimura somebody's gonna value him at the trade deadline. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets dealt, but I think the Lakers front office value him based on what I'm hearing, and they're not just gonna throw him in any package. So he does have some value, striker. He does have some around the league. Has been bad trades with Miami, none. Vincent, we're always injured. You're right about that. You are right about that. That's a good point. All right, let's see here. 10.9 mil, Dan? For who? 10.9 million for who? What are we talking about here? I get Jimmy if it comes with Bam. Interesting. They're never doing that. They're never trading Bam Adebayo. Let's see here. I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't be mad if he ended up here. Well, I didn't know he was making $48 million. That changes everything. I haven't looked at this contract situation because I didn't think Pat Riley would actually potentially trade him this year. But him requesting a trade, and by the way, Jimmy Butler's agent definitely owes Shams an apology, okay? Because they made that man look like he was crazy. But we all knew Shams was credible. It's no news here. But yeah. Okay, gotcha. Vandal makes 10, really? Oh my God. Why do people act like he's on such an atrocious contract? If he makes 10, I'm holding on to that. Because he's a lot more valuable to us at 10 than potentially in a trade package. Colin Sexton or JC and Kessler should be enough for us. I will take it. If Utah is willing to make that deal, of course, that is my preference for sure. And we get a young center who can wreak havoc for years to come. Vandal makes about, wow, I did not know that. I thought it was more than that. I guess it was Rui, the one who's making about 15 to 16 then, huh? Yeah, well, if that's the case, then there's not going to be many ways to afford Jimmy. So yeah, it is what it is. But if he was able to be had, I'm not saying no to him, man. This guy Jimmy is a beast. He's a beast. And he changes the culture. He'll turn up defensively, everybody, man. Rui's the one making 17. Okay. Well, then shit, I'll be honest with you. That might be a worse looking contract than Vandal. Yes, I know he's better scoring threat. But I think Vandal changes his team more defensively than Rui does offensively. And like nights like tonight, he has a 6-point game. He's a non-factor. That's what's so disappointing about Rui. I want to be excited about Rui. He shows me glimpses like in the playoffs. He was great. So he shows glimpses. Here's the issue with Rui. It's not enough. Hey, appreciate you, Uncle Drew. He said no more fraud heat players, period, point blank. I see where the drama, where the stress comes in. I feel you. Kendrick Nunn, Gabe Vincent. I understand what you guys are saying. However, just Jimmy, man. It's Jimmy. Here's what I hope. I hope he doesn't go to a team where he just completely puts them over the top, because Jimmy is that kind of player. People underestimate him because of his age and his injury history. But come the playoffs, he's had Miami Heat in the finals twice. He's had the Miami. He's spearheaded them. He's been their best player twice. Does he still have it? God knows. But I would hate to find out if he goes to a team we despise and helps him over the top. Now, again, I'd have to look at the contract situation. This might have to be a video on its own. So let's just go back to what we were talking about with the Lakers. We might have to do our research on that one. But again, Lakers, they take care of business. Jimmy Butler's hit the market. What's going to happen to De'Aaron Fox? We don't know. Rumor has it he might ask to get traded in the summer, but a lot of things. This trade deadline is going to be interesting. Do you think Smith will stay on the Lakers this next year? Dorian Finney-Smith, assuming we make a deep postseason run and he's a big part of it and he ends up starting with us, I think so. I think there's a better chance of Rui getting dealt at some point than Finney-Smith not re-signing with us. But you never know. It's the open market. Anything's possible. If somebody offers more money, he might dip. But the trade is still worth it because we're going to lose D'Lo for nothing anyways. So the trade to me is still worth it regardless, even if he's a one-year rental, if he ends up being that. But I think the Lakers should make it an emphasis to re-sign this player because these are the type of players that when they play on winning teams, their trade value goes up. Even if he doesn't fit here in the future, let's just say Vandal recovers and he's the one that ends up starting or whatever, and Finney decides to want to leave. If you re-sign him, you could end up trading him for a decent player in return. So I would say yes. I would hope we can re-sign him, and we're gonna have a lot more flexibility once LeBron's contract comes off the books in the future. So I'm not worried too much about the flexibility right now. Bro, Max Christie has been tremendous. I've been so proud of him. We've seen the leaps and bounds that we knew he was capable of. You know, some Laker fans gave up on him early, but we got to stay with our guys, man. 9 for 16 from the field tonight in 32 minutes. 28 points, man. Second leading scorer on the team tonight. LeBron continues to be sensational. LeBron continues to defy 40. It's almost like we were all looking for him to turn 40 to see if he was going to start slowing down. He's speeding up, y'all. He's speeding up. Maybe he knows the end is near. I don't know. But this man is playing like he turned 30, not 40, and it's insane. He's out here outrunning young men in this league. He's out here outrunning Portland Trailblazer young players that have barely been in the league 1 or 2 years. So can he keep that up? I hope so. I think having an elite playmaker, yes, I'm starting giving him his flowers. Austin Reaves, elite playmaker. Having that on your team is just going to make it so much easier to prolong LeBron a little longer this season and hopefully maybe even next season. But again, when you have guys like LeBron having 8 assists and Austin Reaves 11, they combine it for damn near 20. and everybody's going to eat. That's why you see a big night from Max Christie. That's why we see the big night from him. And all Max and players like Dorian Finney, Max, and just spot up shooters have to do is just spot up and knock it down. And one thing we've always known about Max Christie is he's always had tremendous potential to knock down big shots. We've seen the form when he got drafted. We all said it was a beautiful, pure shot. And, and it's starting to translate a little bit here. And tonight, he knocked down 5 3-pointers, 5. So, again, career high for Max. And I thought he could have went for more because he had over 20, I think, by the half or something like that. So, man, you know what? La Mamba, I'm disappointed that Dalton's confidence has kind of fallen off. But I think he'll eventually get it back. Dalton is the type of player, once they start seeing the ball go through the net, the rim gets really big for him. He had 18 points a couple of nights ago, but again, he was a lot more efficient when the season started, and he peaked. He completely peaked when he hit 37, but maybe he hit a mini rookie wall. We'll see. He's still a rookie, so we got to hold him to that standard, right? We can't expect too much from a rookie, but eventually I want him to get back on track because this dude was becoming a dangerous player. And I know he has potential to be a star in this league. Now, the potential's there. Will he be able to be developed with all this talent we have and all these different wings and all? Like, we have some lethal defensive wings out there we could just throw around and just have them scramble and do their thing, man. Guys like Cam Reddish, Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith. When Vando comes out, Vando. Who am I missing? You know what I mean? It's just that is going to wreak some havoc in this league. And we've been crying for wings for years, and now we have them. We got some of the better ones. So let's make it happen. Bron is like Benjamin Button. You know what, Peruvian guy? You're right. He never fails he never ceases to amaze me. Like, I know LeBron is just special. We're never going to see a talent like him again. And we Laker fans have been treated to none but special talent here. Hall of Fame level, once in a generation type players, from Magic to Kareem to Jerry West to Shaq, Diesel to Kobe, my GOAT, Kobe Bryant, to LeBron, even AD. You got to throw him in a bunch. When AD is feeling himself, he's a special talent too, man. Like, we've seen him block shots and get 30 plus with 6 blocks and 15 rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. He's a rookie, man. I like what you did there with the W, Wookie. But Dalton will come along. I don't worry about a player like him. You see, he's got the scoring tendencies. He's in a little mini slump. He'll eventually snap out of it. But it's not hard to snap out of slumps when you have somebody of the magnitude of playmaking ability of LeBron James or an Austin Reaves. Another thing I'll say about the new Lakers, Shake Milton. Man, like, I've seen him play throughout his career. I've been a fan. But he came in here since the first game he played, he hasn't been forcing a damn thing. You might even say he's too unselfish. He hasn't been forcing a damn thing, and that's gonna help those bench players like Dalton catch their rhythm too, because we know what Shake Milton can do. He can go off for 17 to 20 on any given night. But so could Dalton, so could a couple of those bench players. So you like to see it. You like to see them spread the rock early on and be selfless. Dorian Finney-Smith was doing the same thing. He was moving it. He even got an assist. He was out here trying to space it, and he had 2 assists, matter of fact, not 1. But, right now the shot hasn't fallen. I know people are going to start making the jokes about, when they come here, they forget how to shoot. He'll get comfortable eventually. I'm not too concerned with Finney-Smith. Maybe even tomorrow he might smack 2 to 3 3-pointers and might make a difference there. But defensively and effort, he's always going to be there. All right, comments, questions. Let's hear it, chat. Thank you so much, Kimiko. Appreciate you. My bad if my energy is not the same. I got a little stomach flu going on, so I'm a little weak tonight. But I'll give you the best I got. Let's see. Glocko, woo. Appreciate you, Glocko. He said Rui and Jalen Hood-Schifino for Bridges and Nick Richards. I like that trade. Miles Bridges is an explosive athlete. I'm not sure if they trade him. He's very good friends with LaMelo. But Nick Richards is the one that I'm really looking at. If we can somehow land a young big man like that, yeah. But I will say this. I agree with my guy right here, MTH Gang. He said, very impressed with Koloko. Koloko, we're going to have to figure out how to turn him from a 2-way contract to a regular contract. I think we got a real steal in the buyout market with Koloko. You know what I'm saying? Like a real steal, like generally. And big body, a lot of energy. Forget about the scoring. The way he runs that rim, the way he dunks almost everything. around the basket. And he actually be out there by the 3-point line like he could shoot it. I haven't seen him smack too many threes throughout his career, but I'm pretty sure he's capable. But tonight he had a very solid. He was our leading bench scorer with 8 points, and it was nothing but energy. He was a +8 on the plus minus, and a lot of good energy. That we had there from him. But all in all, this team played solid. They started off really slow. The Lakers did, and we picked it up eventually. We shot 15 for 43 from beyond the arc, so that's a little more threes than I like, but they're going to shoot them. So be it. As long as we're making them, I'm not mad. We shot 34%. We had 15 offensive rebounds, so the energy already with these new players is starting to spike up, and basketball is an infectious sport. So we had 15 offensive rebounds, and that's really good. That's probably one of the better nights we had. Shout out to guys like Koloko for that. Again, Dorian Finney-Smith with the energy, the hustle. We had 30 assists, which I love. Anytime we get 30 or more, I think that's the sweet spot, 30. Anytime we get less, we tend to lose for some reason. So we got to spread that rock, trust each other, and we had 8 steals again, so that's great. 8 steals is tremendous. We only turned over the ball 13 times. So I always say 13 or less is cool. Even 15 or less is cool, but 13 is a sweet spot for me. And then we gave up 24 points off a turnover. So again, we do have to, figure out how to get back in transition when we do turn the ball over and stuff like that. But we had more fast break points than them. That's 26-12 tonight. And points in the paint, we were deadlocked at 54. So again, we have to address the backup big man position because guys do be waltzing in that paint and figuring stuff out, against us. I don't know if fans outside of Cali know what's coming from the Lakers. They clown on the Lakers. Let them clown on us, bro. That's okay. We're used to the hatred, man. We're used to the haterade. We got a lot of fans worldwide, though, La Mamba, and that's the beautiful thing. But they're going to see real soon. I think with the schedule we have, we're going to figure things out. We're going to start firing on all cylinders. And if we get that trade before, we get that trade before the trade deadline that we've been waiting for years for that big man, sky's the limit for us. I think championship if we get the right big man. All right, next phase. Thank you so much for super chat, brother. He said, Loco ain't cheeks. I take it back. I tried telling you, bro, from the moment we acquired him. Listen, this guy watches a lot of basketball. I've seen Shake Milton throughout his career. I've seen guys like Koloko. I've had League Pass for years, and when I didn't have it, you know what I was doing. We were streaming, baby. But all in all, I'll say Koloko's only scratching the surface of what he could become. He's still really young. I think, 23, 24? He really hasn't had like a lot of opportunity to shine, but he's the type of big man I like, right? I want Walker Kessler, who's a more polished version of Koloko, but Koloko's like the little baby version of it. If he learns and gets better and feels healthier, he's going to unlock more minutes, and the confidence is going to go up. He's somewhat of an anchor for us already. So imagine him getting 20 minutes plus a night. He can really wreak some havoc. A la Serge Ibaka back when he was with the Thunder. That type of energy. Like, that's the type of player I see him. Maybe not as good offensively, but the energy is always there. Athleticism, great defensive instincts. He could become similar type of player. But you're right, and I'm glad you finally came to your senses, man. I try to tell you, brother. Koloko is definitely not cheeks, but I'm glad you're a real one for taking that back right there. Appreciate the super chat, bro. 6 seed, that's where we're currently in right now? Okay, that's fine. We moved up one slot. But the West every night, guys, is going to be alternating. We're going to be moving up and down. See, I'll pull them up for you. Schedule matters. I feel like we've went through some of the harder parts of our schedule so far early in the season, and now we kind of in a sweet spot. We're in that place where we can kind of afford to rest guys like AD on a nightly basis and stuff like that. And I think this is definitely time of the year when everybody is kind of looking at what they have on the roster and what they need. Lakers are 19-14, puts us right back to 5 games over 500. We're right on the tail of the Mavericks. And the Mavericks are about to fall off because the Mavericks lost Luka Doncic for the foreseeable future for now. They just lost to the Rockets. They're about to play the Cavs tomorrow. Then they got the Grizzlies, who's a top team in the West. Then they got us. To me, that could be easily 3 losses, and we could leapfrog them as well. So a lot of these teams in the West are about to get a harder schedule. Let's look at the Nuggets schedule for the next couple of games. They got the Spurs, who's been hit or miss twice. Then they got the Celtics. We know about them. And they got the stinkers. Nobody cares about them. Then they got Brooklyn with D'Lo, the Mavs. They kind of have an easier schedule, but they got a couple of hard teams along the way. So, again, things can even out for us. We could be a top 3 seed. The Rockets have been a really good team this year. They've been the surprise of the year, but young players usually develop. Look, they got the Celtics. They could lose that. Then they got us after that. Hopefully we beat them. Then they're going to beat the Wizards. The Grizzlies hit or miss. Hawks, and then again the Grizzlies, then the Nuggets. So again, the West is starting to kind of even out as the Lakers are starting to get an easier schedule. We had Blazers tonight. Hawks, we should be able to beat them. I know we lost at the buzzer, but it was in their house. We should be able to beat them tomorrow. The Rockets, very tough matchup, but listen, historically we match up well versus these Rockets. I know they got better and younger and they continue to develop, but we can. On paper, we can beat them. The only thing I don't like is an earlier game, and sometimes the Lakers don't wake up for these. And then again, the Mavericks, earlier game. We should be able to beat them. No Luka, no excuses. Hornets, we should be able to beat them. Spurs, beatable. Heat, hard game, but beatable. Nets, got to be a guaranteed win. Clippers, nobody cares about them. Wizards, you know what I'm saying? Like, so our schedule looks a lot more favorable now than them earlier in the year. So right now is when we got to make a run because it could become harder later on down the stretch. Those could be games that could haunt us if we lose them now. So these games, I think, are definitely more crucial now. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you so much. Hey, listen, brother, I appreciate you, man, for being a member. It's been a month, man. Thank you so much. And everybody else is on a membership plan as well. If you guys want to consider that, your comments will get featured more, as well as some breaking news and first to hear the rumors. All right. So you guys get an insight from your boy. So make sure you guys tap in. There's a members only section as well in the community section. All right. Let's see. MTH Gang says, would you entertain a Jimmy Butler trade? I would entertain it. Yes, I would. I think we do a disservice just turning down trades. You can't just do that. I know we like our team for what's coming, but I'll tell you, man, it's just anytime you have a chance to get a franchise changing type player like that. I know he's on his older side, but I would definitely listen. If it's not giving up too much, then we can consider it for sure. Let's see. He said, hey, Cuss, thanks for accepting me for who I am. I went to the other Lakers shows. I wasn't welcome there so that's why I'm joining your show, Cuss. Thank you. Hey, man, we accept everybody here, bro. As long as we remain respectful, it's all love, brother. And I'm sorry they didn't accept you. That's unfortunate. Their loss, though. Their loss is my gain. CJ says, we could look very good going into the All-Star break, and we take care of business this month. Yes. That's why I was frustrated AD didn't play because he kind of had a mid-game last game, but I kind of understood it because we have a game tomorrow. And it's like, I figured we could beat this team, but you never know. These could be trap games, right? So, but you're right, man. We got to take care of business and all of that. Damian Lillard, I don't think is a necessity. I don't think Damian Lillard is a necessity, man, because, again, the reason I say yes to De'Aaron Fox is he's younger. He can grow with some of these younger players and get better. Damian Lillard, I think for the first time in my life, I'm going to say pass to him. For the first time, so yeah, I say Damian Lillard, no, unless it's like a throwaway, like they just want to get rid of his contract and they'll take whatever, then okay, I'd be cool with it. But if it's for what I think they're gonna ask for, I say no, bro. We're building something nice here with our backcourt right now, and Dane could have, Dan, can you talk about what happened with Court Kings, La Mamba? Look, I don't want to get personal and stuff. It didn't work out chemistry-wise, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out, man. That's the way life is sometimes, It's nobody's to blame for it. At the end of the day, it's all love, man. I wish everybody the best, but sometimes, they say you can't mix business with pleasure. Sometimes that's true. You become a brotherhood of friendship, and it falls apart for whatever the reason was. I can't explain it, but it didn't work out, man. But I'm proud, and I'm pretty sure those guys are as well, of the work we did for the community. Guys, we didn't make a cent, but we're able to provide you guys affordable, free shipping, and just a great experience just being able to connect with you guys in that way, do some giveaways and stuff like that. But I appreciate all the contributions, man, from everybody that came on here, did giveaways, everybody that, it's always one thing about me is even if it doesn't work out or I feel like something happened that could have been prevented or whatever, I'm always grateful, man. Always grateful for everything. And I'm grateful for you guys, most importantly, because you guys supported the heck out of that. And if I ever start my own clothing line, you guys will be the first to know and the first ones to, you know what I'm saying, to feel that. Hey, we got a new member. Let's go.
I want to thank you for becoming a member. On Detailist Channel, we're a family, and together, we win.
Thank you so much, Miguel Maravilla, man, for being a great member, man. You get the welcome mat rolled out, man. I do appreciate that. And like I said, man, it's a pleasure to continue to grow and evolve this channel. You guys are the reason why that will continue to happen. So much love to you, man. And again, thank you so much for being a part of the DTLF family / Laker family. Are you ready to let go of Austin Reaves for the right price? Yeah, but the price is hiked up based on his recent play. The price is definitely hiked up. I'm not just, and I've always said this about Austin because I knew what his capability was. A lot of people try to argue this. How are we looking now? To all those people that were arguing with me, they saying they wanted DeJounte Murray for Austin Reaves. How are we looking now? Was I right or was I right? Was I right or was I right? I said Austin Reaves to me brings more value. He's a better playmaker, a better scorer, more efficient, more consistent, clutch in the playoffs. I like DeJounte, but I was never going to do that for Austin. I would have did it for D'Lo, of course, but they didn't want that to happen. They didn't want to have that happen. Now we see Austin is really him. We saw it from his rookie season. Those of us that really know basketball, we saw Austin Reaves his rookie year where he was hitting clutch game winners, and I was like, oh, man, this kid is a keeper. He's a killer. We saw, matter of fact, I called him the next Manu Ginobili. Summer League, his rookie season. Go back and watch. We were on here live covering pregame and postgame Summer League, and I knew that kid was special from the moment I saw him on there, and my first comparison for him was Manu. And now, I mean, that has evolved because his game has really expanded. Like, Manu was a great six-man Hall of Famer, amazing. But I think Austin has more of an offensive ceiling. He's fearless. So is Manu, but he's fearless. He's got a soft touch. He's got kind of a Steve Nash-esque game where he hits you with a little crossover. He acts like he's coming this way and there's whoop. Y'all seen the double behind the back Jamal Crawford move? Like, man, like phenomenal. But that is a very good comparison right there for sure. You know, and it's exciting, y'all. It's exciting as hell. Yeah, I'd say he's very close to untouchable. It has to be a real game changer. Like Fox, I'd consider because Fox is special too, and that speed is demonic. All right, he's a demon when he comes down the lane. So I'd consider doing straight up though, but I'm not adding more to that package. But I consider it. I still would rather keep Austin because we have that personal connection with him. But I'm all about making the team better. And if Fox is gonna, you know, throughout his career, he's been a mega star. He's borderline MVP of the league last year. Yeah, I definitely consider that. But that's one of the few trades I'd consider doing. I'm all about the late. One thing about me, I love players. I buy jerseys. I still got to get an Austin Reaves jersey. I don't have one. But I'm all about the name on the front of the jersey. Anything that can improve our team, I'd consider it. But as of right now, Austin's looking very untouchable other than with the exception of a very few players. It's very few that can make that list now. And we ain't including nothing else in that package. So it's not going to happen. Right, I'm sure the Kings are going to want like a treasure trove of first-round picks if they ever do trade De'Aaron Fox. They're going to want young talent. They're going to want current talent. They're going to want a lot. And as they should ask for a premium for De'Aaron Fox. But right now, if you look at Austin Reaves' contract, he has the most affordable, best contract in the NBA. If we're talking about production, guys, the kid is special, man. He's averaging 18 points and 6 assists per game. And with clutch game winners already added to his belt this season. All right, so 3 first and players for Fox and Sabonis. See, now that's something I definitely got to consider, Imad, because now they're throwing Sabonis to go in the front court with AD and Fox with LeBron. Now we're winning a championship, and that's what I'm all about. I'm all about championships. But I would hope that we don't trade Austin. I think he's only 26. He's going to be killer. At least till he's 34 or 33. And even after that, he might be a killer because of craftiness and, you know, it doesn't really rely too much on athleticism, even though he is sneaky athletic. Don't rely too much on it, which means what, right? It means that right now he hasn't hit his ceiling. If you look at his projection on how far he's come, guys, he started averaging 8 points a game rookie season to 13 points the next season to 15 points the next season. Now he's at 18. And he's exactly what I predicted he would become. I said, this guy is going to be anywhere between an 18 to 21 point per game scorer with like 5 to 6 to 7 assists. And that's with LeBron on the team. LeBron isn't on the team. Austin Reaves is averaging more. Right? But we're not about stats here. We're about wins. And the one thing I love about Austin the best, he impacts winning. That's why I don't understand too much of the Austin Reaves hate. There's a lot of people out there that don't like him. And I get it. He's not the best defender, but tonight he took a charge, right? Other nights, his effort is there, and you can't really knock him for that. So my guy said, Austin's confidence is through the roof right now. I feel like the Lakers handed him the keys after D'Lo trade. They did. As a matter of fact, they handed him the keys before the D'Lo trade because he's exactly the type of guard we were looking for. Playmaker, scorer, clutch, fearless, great at the free throw line. He's got swagger. He's the guard we've been looking for a long time. And we have him. Now people want to trade him, but those of us that know what we have, we don't want to trade him. We know how valuable he is and how clutch he is and just how tremendous and fun to watch. Like, this team has become so fun without D'Lo because there's no more ball stoppers. D'Lo would hold the ball at the top of the key, waiting for people to cut and move, and then he'll try to get his little dime. Austin, he'll cross you up, pin you, and either hit you with a teardrop floater, jump shot, or the pass. Who does that remind you guys of? Because to me, that's Steve Nash reincarnated. Steve Nash did that. Steve Nash would cross you up, pin you on his hip, and either hit you with a teardrop floater or whip it out to a three-point shooter or lay it up at the rim. Like, he was crafty. And you have to think, man, that this kid right now, man, he's really studying the game. He's taking different pages from different books. And Headband Reaves right now is on a different level. But I love the backcourt we have, which is a backcourt I was calling for since last season when Darvin Scam was on here. I said, man, I'd love to see Austin Reaves and Max Christie on the backcourt. I think they'd be the perfect balance of defense and offense. And now look what we have. We are blessed to see that actual backcourt. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. Let's see. People suggesting the most impossible trades. Will Field says, yes, Steve Nash and him are like clones, especially the way they use the picks and they use the angles very well. Nash, obviously a better ball handler and passer, but Austin can and will keep improving. Can I be honest with you, Will Fields? I'm not sure if Nash was a better ball handler and passer than Reaves is right now. Like, maybe last year I would have gave you that for sure. But right now, he's got one of the better handles in the league. For an undrafted guard, mega steal. His jump shot, I feel like it's going in every time right now. He's pulling up on people's face, crossing them over, stepping back. Steve Nash could do that as well from time to time, but he was primarily a passer. I think Austin is more of an offensive threat than even Steve Nash was. And remember, we also have to take into consideration that Nash had those MVP seasons because he was under Mike D'Antoni, where they heavily ran the ball through him heavily. Listen, Austin Reaves is doing this, sharing the ball handling duties and the playmaking duties with LeBron, right? Nash never had somebody like that he had to share the duties with. So his numbers were going to look way more inflated. So this is what I'm saying. Numbers-wise, yes, Nash was better. But the player that Austin has become and is continuing to become might be better than even that. And he doesn't need a system in order to utilize that and in order to expose it. And I'm not saying he's going to be better career numbers than Nash. Like I said, the Mike D'Antoni Nash era was special. But let's not, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that the skill sets are very similar, almost identical. Lakers versus Hawks tomorrow, 7:30. Thank you so much, Kimiko, for the reminder. I even forgot what time the Lakers play tomorrow because I'm so excited about tonight's win and about the direction this team is going. But guys, we've come a long way. Think about this, right? And this is something I had said when we traded for AD after acquiring LeBron. A lot of fans were mad and said we would never get a young core. And what is something I've always told fans, and I said it back then, I'll say it again. The Lakers always find talent, whether it's drafted, second round, first round, undrafted. They're always going to find talent. This is why I wasn't opposed to trading the picks. Even now, I'm not opposed to trading the picks. Undrafted Alex Caruso helped us to a chip. Undrafted Austin Reaves is becoming an all-star before our eyes. Who else? I also like Quincy Oliveri. I think Oliveri has potential to be a nice young piece for us moving forward. Dalton Connect with a late first-round pick. Heck, Bronny has been taking the G League by storm. I like what Bronny's doing, by the way. He continues to grow and will continue to grow. So stay tuned for him. You never know. He might be the next in line. But isn't it beautiful how we're able to trade away so many young pieces, and we have so many again? We got Max Christie. We got Austin Reaves. We got Rui. Whether we like him or not, we got him. I like him because he's a Laker. Got a lot of room for improvement, right? We still got Jalen Hood-Schifino, who I don't know if he's ever going to play or if he's going to get traded or what, but we got him. It's a young piece. Like we got young pieces, and we got veterans, and we got star power. So that's kind of the balance you want to strike whenever you want to compete. You want to have star power. You want to have the veterans, like the ones we just traded for, but you want to have young core. Our young core led by Austin Reaves and Max Christie, I think is wonderful. We might have a backcourt of the future right there. We might not need to trade for another backcourt mate, right? Which is why I brought the Jimmy Butler conversation forward, because I think it's a conversation we need to have, right? My guy said, CJ said, if Austin was in the same position Brunson is, he would put up similar numbers. Their offensive yearly production through the years are similar. Exactly, CJ. I'm even more impressed that Austin is doing what I expected him to do this year, in spite of LeBron and AD both being on the team. People don't understand how hard that was. We wanted this for Kuzma, and as good as Kuzma was, even he couldn't do it, right? And he took a high volume of shots. We wanted him to have all-star. We wanted a third piece. How long has it been that we've been wanting a third piece? Now we got him, and some people want him traded, but if you know, you know. If you know what we have, you know what we have. John Stockton Reaves, man. Pistol Pete Reaves, Jerry West Reaves, John Stockton Reaves, Nash Reaves. I mean, it's so many comparisons. Yes, La Mamba. Yes, absolutely. Stolen, but Nash was really good. He was a candidate for sure. I love it. I love it, Kamikaze. I love what this kid has done for us. It's tremendous. Nash looks like he had a tighter handle on the ball, in my opinion. I was actually just watching a Lakers versus Suns game when Kobe was hounding Nash. Nash never lost control of the ball. Well, I think Austin Reaves will get there. I think if he is a little bit off, it's not by much. He's making elite Kyrie Irving type crossovers, man. It just looks different, right? But it's the same type. It might be a different speed. He might not be as shifty, but he is very, and when I say this, he is very gifted, man, with that basketball. Dude, Austin is balling, and he's not even in his prime yet. Crazy. I think he'll reach his prime in the next year or two. I think we're going to see the peak of Austin Reaves, and he's going to be there for quite some time. His confidence is second to nobody. I love the kid so much. It's just, I knew he was made for LA when I seen that confidence as a rookie. That's when I was sold on Austin. You know, and I'm very good talent evaluator. Austin took the cake for me. Like, he was basically what I wanted. If Brandon Ingram would have had this confidence in his rookie season, he wouldn't have probably got traded, right? If who else? If D'Lo would have had this confidence in his rookie season, I think he could have taken his game to the next level. Fearless, man. The kid is fearless, for real. A year or two, yep, agreed. My guy said Austin Reaves outplaying Tyrese Halliburton this year. Yes, he is. And I'm glad you brought that up, because Tyrese was sensational last year, but this year he hasn't been the same. I agree with you, Die Hard. And he's outplaying a lot of guards, not just him. Guys, he's outplaying Fox. He's outplaying Fox. I know people don't want to say it because the stats don't look the same. But remember, Fox is the guy. What happened when we went up against De'Aaron Fox? Who played better? Go back and look at the stats. Go back and look at the game. Austin Reaves was more efficient than him. He's outplaying players of that caliber right now. He's looking like an all-star. And we better go out here and vote for him, by the way. Everybody in this chat, we better vote for Austin, because he wasn't even – last year he was in the top 10. This year he wasn't even there. And by the way, I'm disappointed we haven't got LeBron and AD to the top. Laker fans, we got to do better. We're too powerful. We're too much. We're too many for Jokic to be leading. I will throw up in my mouth if by next week Jokic is still at the top of the ballot. So let's figure out a way to get all three of those guys into the all-star balloting, and then the rest will be, we'll see. Exactly, Will Fields. Exactly what I'm talking about. And that was my next point I was going to make. Austin Reaves is ahead of what Steve Nash was when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. That was my next point. I'm glad you beat me to it. If Max continues to play like this, we don't need Bruce Brown. I don't think we need Bruce Brown right now. I take him for the right piece, but I think between Bruce Brown and Max, I'm keeping Max. Higher upside, cheaper contract, younger. He's only 21. Already dropped his career high. Now, will he be able to be this consistent in the playoffs? That's the question. We really didn't see him in the playoffs last year. He didn't get the opportunity, so we don't know. There's still a lot of question marks around Max. We've seen Austin do it. We've seen Rui go off some games in the playoffs. If Max can do it, then he's the guy. He's the starting two guard of your Los Angeles Lakers. I honestly think this starting lineup is going to look a lot different, though, in about a month. I think it'll be Austin. I think it'll be Max solidified. I think Dorian Finney-Smith, or it could even be Vando that takes his rightful place back. Who knows? With AD and LeBron. I think that's going to be the lineup. I think it's going to be Finney-Smith, though, AD, LeBron, instead of Rui. But then that makes our bench that much better. Scoring-wise, you have Rui being a primary, off the bench. It'll help us, right? Let's see. He said, you called it after his first game in the Summer League 3-4 years ago. Thank you, bro. Yes. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to you, man. Austin Reaves is so special. Yes, I called it. I said the next Manu Ginobili. But I think he's even exceeding my expectations right now. Even my expectations. They were high. But I think Austin Reaves' play is up here right now. My expectations was up here. So I appreciate the flowers. Yes, I did call it. However, he even surprised me with his current play. Like, he's even a bigger killer than I thought. What he did in Golden State to hit that game winner, he shined brighter than Curry. That showed me everything I needed to see. But he's done it throughout his career, so I'm not surprised. But I am very happy and very proud of Austin. Right? He's very, very few times does a player exceed my expectations. Like I had this dude being anywhere. I said this season, my prediction during training camp was anywhere between 18 to 21. I think 17 to 21. He's at 18, and he's given us 6 assists, and he's hit clutch winners. So, but for me, it's the swagger that's been the most impressive. Like, dude, double behind the back crossovers. Very few players can do it. Kyrie's one, Jamal Crawford two. How many guards do you guys know in the league that can do that little double behind the back crossover, man? Kid is special, and he's only going to continue to get better. And for everybody that don't like him, get with the program. He's going to be here for a while, unless something crazy happens with him. And his next contract is going to be over $100 million, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yeah, he was. Oh, but to be fair, we got Nash when it was too late. It was way too late for Steve Nash, so we got him late, y'all. Style Good said, if Hillbilly Bird and Hillbilly Kobe had a baby, it would be Head Bandana Reaves. That's funny, bro. I don't want to ever compare him to Larry Bird, though. I think there's been so many great guards in this league. Bird was a forward anyways, wasn't he? So many great guards in this league we can really find from. Like, he's good, man. Austin is good. And credit to LeBron, too, because LeBron took him under his wing. Like, he's done a lot of these role players and really, I think, has helped them develop to the next level. I think the smart players, they learn from the greats. Guys like Austin, they learn from the greats. A lot of these passes are LeBron-esque passes that I'm looking at, like whip passes, bounce passes, no-look passes, behind-the-back passes. These are LeBron-type passes, so for sure, he is taking from the greats, which all the good players do. All the good players do, right? But again, man, it feels great. It feels fun again to watch this team. The effort is there defensively. The refs didn't really let us play tonight, but the effort was there. And I really enjoyed watching this new Laker team with nobody to slow us down. Whenever we went to the bench, I wasn't like, oh, here comes this player. Oh, here comes that player. It's been a while since I could say that. Because even a couple of years back, when the other Russell was here, I would say, oh, here comes Russell Westbrook, tunnel vision. I was starting to say the same thing about D'Lo this year. Oh, my God, here comes Mr. No Defense, Mr. Lackadaisical. And when he played good, which he did sometimes, great. But when he didn't, it felt like a liability, man. I don't feel like we have liabilities on this team right now. He said, we still need to watch out for Connect. I think his upside is just as high. Remember, I called him an all-star after that explosion in preseason. I said, all-star in the making. I don't take nothing back. If I'm wrong down the road, so be it. I'll be wrong. But my hot take was he's going to be an all-star. And I feel like, you know what? I feel like he can reach that. Assuming there's no stunted of his growth, I think, one more trade might clear up even more space for him to play. Let's just assume Rui gets included in the package for a big man. I think it'll open up more PT for Dalton. The only thing I'll say about Dalton, he really needs to work on his defense. Because where Austin gives us tremendous effort, and that's how he's able to take charges and get his hand in the passing lane sometimes, Dalton is lacking a little bit of effort. All right. And he's a rookie. So, again, I'll cut him some slack. But I think when he figures that out and he needs to rip a page out of Austin, crashing the glass and doing the little things to stay on the floor, then the shot will start falling. then he can be really, really good. But it might take some time, just like it did Austin. Remember, Austin didn't get from 0 to here. He built up, rookie season, 7 point something. Next year, 11. Next year, 13. And so on and so forth. Like, he's building up to be the man he is. And that's usually how it goes with young talent. Unless it's a generational piece that right away. And by the way, I thought we hit the lottery when this guy Dalton started the season the way he was playing. But it's going to take time, and I'm okay with that. But some of that is on the coaching staff. They got to give him the green light and make him feel comfortable, right? I think eventually he'll start hitting his flurry of shots again. Let's see. If Larry Bird played today in the game, he would average 12 3-pointers per game, probably. But we don't like Larry over here, man. He's a Celtic. I respect his talent. I'm not going to give him no flowers outside of that. But yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Except Rui. Yeah, Rui potential might be capping off already. I was really excited for Rui after we traded for him because that playoff run he had the first year when we went to the Western Conference Finals, my God, man. But we haven't been able to replicate that during the season, at least not during the long term. He shows glimpses. That's about it, right? It is what it is. Anyways, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me. It's been another good post game. I will be dropping content. I still see a lot of questions about Jimmy. This is primarily a Lakers channel, but it is also an NBA channel. So I'll be covering all the rumors. And if anything breaks pertaining to Jimmy Butler or the Lakers or anything, you know where to find me first, all right? I will be reacting to most major trades in the league. So stay tuned for that. It's getting spicy. We are in 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. I do appreciate you guys. This video was brought to you and sponsored by Prize Picks. Make sure you guys tap in, promo code DTLF. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you already haven't. And thank you guys for all your contributions. Welcome to the new members. I will see you guys tomorrow for pregame, all right? Enjoy your night. Peace.